For nearly 3 years since taking office, President Joe Biden has repeatedly emphasized his commitment to tackling climate change. And earlier this year, he's committed to an additional $1 billion to the so-called Climate Green Fund, which aims to support projects in developing countries to accelerate clean energy transitions and build resilience in the most vulnerable countries.
Because climate security, energy security, food security, they're all related. They're all related. I'm calling on development banks to scale up their lending for climate change, which will also accelerate the fight against poverty.
But as the largest carbon emitter among the developed nations, the U.S. commitment to global climate action has fallen short of expectations, as it provided just 5% of its fair share in 2020, at a time when some of the much smaller European nations were punching above their weight. And yet, the U.S. administration is facing staunch opposition to this spending.
We've got to do something to reverse the inflationary trend that, the Democrats are spending out of control, Congress is spending out of control. That needs to come back in line.
The U.S. is facing a political divide over climate action, which may be rooted in the level of public awareness. The latest survey by Yale University's program on climate change communication suggests the proportion of Americans acknowledging human-caused climate change has reached a 15-year high, and yet it lags behind many developed nations.
So it's about 72% of Americans understand that it's real, that it's happening, and about 56% understand that it's human-caused. So one, those are all-time highs. That's great. Yay, America. Good job. Except that if we were to put that in global context, in Brazil, for example, where we've also done work, 98% of Brazilians think that climate change is happening. And people around the world overwhelmingly understand or believe that humans are the major driver of this.
It's uncertain how much of its promises on the Green Climate Fund the U.S. administration can fulfill during President Joe Biden's final year in office. And a Republican victory in the next year's elections could drastically change the U.S. spending on climate action. Ediz Tiyansan, CGTN, Los Angeles.